Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Ladies of Sosa podcast. My name is Sada.
And my name is Christine.
And today we have a silly and a serious episode for you guys today. We have two different topics that we're going to be discussed. SNS. Emmanuel kind of came up with that segment. But we have two different topics that we're going to discuss today. One of them being the Piopion Tribe. Sorry, Kingdom. If you're not familiar, we are going to definitely introduce it. Essentially, it is a member of the Black Hebrew Israelites that forcefully made 3 South Sudanese girls his wives through internet. So
yeah, it's been viral.
Yeah, it's been a viral situation where this young man made 3 wives, up 3 wives.
So can I explain it?
No, well, I gotta do the last part of the segment.
Okay.
Yes, and then you could explain it. Yes, but yeah, because we need you to explain it.
It was an 8-woman bracket.
Please.
Let me just say that.
Okay. So Amanda will get into more detail, so I don't mess it up. And then the more serious segment is in regards to South Sudanese immigration status here in the U.S. There has been cancellation of the temporary protective status for young people that have came here through visas or student visas, or people who just were able to come here through a temporary protective status here to the U.S. That has been revoked, and there's going to be a lot of South Sudanese people who are at risk of deportation. And so we really wanted to kind of touch on that and maybe share some resources to help alleviate this issue and help you, have somewhere to a resource to go to try to see how we can help in this area. So
right, I just want to give a disclaimer. I am sick, so I'm gonna have low energy this episode, but I am here and I am gonna do my best.
Okay, no worries, and I'm gonna try to give the energy that Christine would give. So double energy today.
Thank you, Christine, for being with us while you are going through.
Yes, thank you. That's
Emmanuel,
real.
please. I've been hearing about this Pon Pon thing. I did not see the video, so
please break it down
introduce it for us. We do have a clip for all of us that are not up to date.
We do have some clips, but we want Emmanuel to kind of break it down first. Yeah.
So as a third person observer of this situation, I was at first appalled and absolutely giddy with enjoyment because this was funny, but also slightly serious because I was like, that's scary for my sisters. A young lady by the name of Pseudo on TikTok brought up an idea of the situation that's happening. So we'll play the clip right now.
Okay.
Let's play the clip.
If you've ever had a Black Hebrew Israelite person stalk you for multiple years on all of your social media accounts, follow you, and also save all of your videos to his account to make a compilation of your videos to save them, and also come to find out it wasn't just you, he was doing this to all the dark-skinned girlies, specifically South Sudanese girlies, for the purpose of finding his wife and the queen of the new dark-skinned nation, Pon Pon. And he made a video of all of y'all and put all of your traits and compared all of you guys and basically made a competition. And when it came down to the last 2 girls, he made another video of the last 2 girls, and out of the 2 girls, he chose you to be the queen of Pon Pon and the mother of all of his children and his first wife. And the video was so weird, you reported it 10,000 times and his account got taken down, but that didn't stop him because now he has his descendants and his disciples sending his videos and still commenting and tagging you and things to this day, saying you gotta accept the queen title because soon the world will be ended and everybody is going to die, but the only people who are going to survive is the dark-skinned people, and you need to be the queen of the Pon Pon so you can lead the country.
So that is what I saw. And the first comment that I see is my sister laughing at it and being like, oh my God, wow, they're so obsessed with dark skin. Then, as it progressively, the entertainment factor got a little bit more. I understood the brother. I said, hey, the brother has good taste. He likes dark-skinned women, right? But it turned out this man put an 8-woman bracket and was using more women. But here's the problem. One of the women so happened to be somebody that we are all well acquainted with in Ladies of Sosa. Can we play that clip?
Emmanuel's own sister. Let's play it.
I just found out I was the 3rd wife for this Black Hebrew Israelite. Every time I see a Black Hebrew Israelite, I run the other way because what do you mean you're stalking my account and you posted me as the 3rd wife of Pon Pon? Pseudo Speaks is talking about this. I was laughing in the comments and I couldn't believe that I was a part of this too. I'm pretty sure I've seen this page before and I ignored it on purpose. But why is his account private? And please, if y'all know this guy and he has other accounts, let me know so I can block him on every account. Because what do you mean you're stalking Sudanese women and trying to make a kingdom, trying to act like Dang from South Sudan or something like that and having multiple wives? What do you mean? I'm your third wife. What do you mean I'm your third wife?
Third wife.
Oh my God. What is happening in this world? And what the hell possessed this person to put people... I'm the third wife. What the fuck?
Okay.
This could not be real. Like, am I dreaming?
And this is where I needed to be personally offended, because that's my baby sister.
That is your baby sister.
Where was the dowry, my nigga? Like, what you mean my sister's
This is throwing me so off. So he just randomly did this and it went viral?
No. Pseudo found this out.
Okay.
And she was very creeped out. She said, you know what? Let me tell TikTok so we can get this person's videos taken up. Because they're very jarring, right?
Okay.
Because it was creepier than what I thought. Because when I actually started to watch the videos, I was like, oh, this dude's weird. Really weird. To the point where I was like,
he's like stalking?
Yeah. And he had his own narratives. Like to the point where he would talk about these women's personalities. For example, my sister sent a picture of one of the screenshots of the actual, and he said, my third queen, Blue. And I was like, ooh. Ooh.
Yeah.
And the way that he's speaking about it is obviously in a lustful way and in a way where he's just specifically objectifying these women. But with the actual video, this is what the videos look like. So I think he'll be able to show you.
So yeah, Spider, please give us an example.
Play that specific video because...
Part 4 of being the queen of Pon Pon and being stalked by a black Hebrew Israelite. So you've made it this far. This is finally the long-awaited video that he made. I just want to let you know this video might be triggering. It triggered me. Triggering. But I just want to let you know I don't condone anything in this video. I don't approve. The Queen of Pon Pon has disapproved. So that's it. Let's get into the video.
I want to talk about Molly and Queen Sudu. Queen Molly and Queen Sudu, I've been torn between these two for a long time. I wanted to see which one would be the main queen of the new empire that is coming. This is serious, y'all. Their energy, their vibes, it was so much alike. I said, one of these women got to be the great mother. One of them have to be the queen.
Is he dreaming?
And it all went back to Sudu. Sudu was a broken woman that healed herself and wasn't afraid to speak about very things that she had went through. A healing woman that took light and went off to the sunset. Love her skin tone, love her blackness, and fought vocally to let the world know that only God can change her spirit. I also noticed that Sudu was into flowers. I said, oh, so she's a nurturer too. A woman that loved God's nature, she could nurture the other women and teach them the way for the dark-skinned empire, better known as the Piopion Empire. I said, wait a minute, it's her. I said, this one will be the one that will be the ruler of the empire. This will be my wife. I'm going to speak about this new world that is coming, that is set up by the Most High God, Yahuwah Yahweh, and Yeshua Jesus, the Black Messiah.
Okay. We need to have a conversation about mental health.
Delusions of grandeur.
I was gonna say fetishization.
Okay, there's another video. Okay, Spider, please.
Okay, so what? Okay, this is the last Queen of Pon Pon.
One.
This is number 2.
Well, no, there was Blue Nile, and then the first
Blue
young
was
lady.
number 3. The first lady was number 1. I don't think
and this is the number 2 queen. So this is the last Queen of Pon Pon. We're gonna just show her briefly.
Okay.
So not the full thing, but let's listen to her. She's beautiful.
All right, here we go.
All right, so boom. Here's the long-awaited story time about how I became one of the queens of a planet called Pon Pon without my knowledge. All right, so this story takes place about a few months ago. I remember I woke up out of my sleep. I remember this day so vividly. I woke up out of my sleep and I was scrolling through TikTok doing my daily morning scroll, and I see I'm continuously tagged in this guy's video. Mind y'all, around this time, I wasn't even active on TikTok as I usually used to be. So I'm confused, as I should be. So I finally click the video. I see this video of this guy making this weird ass video talking about me. And it's just not one of those videos where he's just talking about me. He's stating all these characteristics about me as if he knows me. Mind you, I don't know this man from a can of paint. I don't have the evidence anymore because the account got banned. But basically the video was saying how here's Queen Nikki. You see how she wears her glasses? She's an intelligent one. She'll be in charge of educating the children and leading the children. And who is this? I don't know who this man is. I never heard of this man. I don't know. So as I'm watching this video, confused out of my mata, I'm just sitting up here. I'm just like, oh, all right. Me being me, the person I am, the only thing I did was just comment and laughing emojis. Because what are we talking about right now? Mind y'all, I don't even follow this guy back. So he's saying all these descriptions of me as if though he knows me. I don't know this man. Never met this man. So as I'm done looking at that video, I go through his account and I see a whole bunch of my South Sudanese mutuals. All of them. Just him making so much videos about us. And it clicked. This guy is just fetishizing us. I hate to say it, but he's not the first and he's not the last man on this earth to fetishize South Sudanese women. Do you know how many of us have to block multiple men on a daily basis that fetishize South Sudanese women? I can't even tell you how many times I have encountered so many men that idolize and fetishize me only because I was South Sudanese, not because I was dark skinned, specifically because I was South Sudanese, and he was one of them. So as I'm watching all these videos, I'm seeing all this BS. I decided to ignore it. But I decided to finally block this dude after I kept continuously getting tagged in all of his videos. I can't find his TikTok or any of the evidence anymore because he's banned on here, but I do remember his page was called Dark Skin Empire. But all jokes aside, even though I'm laughing and we're all kikiing telling our story time, I feel like this is a perfect time and opportunity to talk about the detriments of being sexualized and being fetishized online, especially as South Sudanese girls. It doesn't get talked about enough, but it's also one of the main reasons why I stopped being as active on my page as I used to be, because of how many times a day that us South Sudanese women get spoken to. And it's kind of disgusting. Like at the very moment, it was very hee hee ha ha, but also at the same time, looking at it, realizing that this man might be suffering from some sort of mental illness, the way that his obsession and stalking this was going about. I was lucky enough to say that I didn't get the worst of the worst when it comes to all the harassment and stalking that he got. A bunch of my other mutuals did. But we should also acknowledge the fact that that should not be happening at all. But yeah, that's the story about how I became a queen of Pon Pon. Bow down.
Wow.
That's.
I know this is called silly and serious. But
no, but this is silly and serious.
Yeah, because we need to have a bigger conversation about the fetishization.
And this is one of the
South Sudanese women. Yeah,
this is one of the specific pictures. So look at like the details.
This is actually kind of dangerous. It's just online, but stuff like this could lead to offline, and some people could become obsessed. Like I watch a lot of those
true crime.
Yeah, you got to be careful with the internet because people can become obsessed and then try to find you offline, and yeah, this is not okay.
And then I think it gets confusing because, you know, like for a long time, like dark skin and South Sudanese women were not, we weren't considered like desirable women in comparison to like light skin and like more racially ambiguous, I guess. And then now it's like, now we're the new exotic and the new, like, the new, I don't know, like, it's just like, is it like a wave or I'm not really sure how to put it. It's very confusing because I don't know if it's like, oh, that's beautiful, they're admiring dark skin.
But these women are minding their business. He's created this whole alternate universe and has assigned them roles to play. Yeah. And stolen their videos and put it, like, made it. That's so weird.
Yeah, that part is very weird. So it's like, where is the line drawn where we can admire like dark skin and like be pro black and, you know, pro dark skin and, you know, represent and be grateful for
I didn't know they were having to block people like daily.
I didn't know that. I didn't even know about Pon Pon until Emmanuel brought it up.
Well, she was going through a different situation where like, because the Pon Pon wasn't that big to where like you would have people. Yeah. But he did have quote unquote disciples. But not like, disciples. Yeah, the worst part about it is like she's absolutely right about how like they fetishize and over exotify like the idea of Sudanese women, right? To the point where it's the same thing as like when they used to talk about Brazilians. Remember in the 2000s where you used to go, oh, I need a Brazilian woman because they the models. It's that same thing where like oh, I need a blue black woman like the Avatar and like look at these Sudanese women. But they've always had this narrative and they've always been doing it forever since the beginning of like how they would specifically take photography of Sudanese women with a juxtaposition of them being even darker with the shading of modeling, or specifically looking for them to be nude. Like these were direct results of that exotification of us and saying that we are something weird, abstract, that's not even a part of this world when there are millions of us.
Yeah. Well, because I was asking a friend yesterday, I was like, what is it about South Sudanese women that they're like objectifying? Because we're not the only dark-skinned people in the world. There's Senegalese. There's a lot of there's dark-skinned women in West Africa. So like, what is it about South Sudanese women? And he was saying it's because the idea of Sudan being the cradle of humanity, and that's the whole like concept with the Black Hebrew Israelites and the like Hoteps. Like they love that area of Africa because they believe that's where civilization started. And so, is
it the tie of blackness to the area that's closest to Egypt and the actual history that we have in between that they can hold on to and be like, yeah, look, these are the actual Black people that have been there forever. And it's like, look, Black has always been here.
And they feel like when the world ends, the early civilizations are going to stand. And so that's why they need these women that are from these cradles of civilization. But
so you mix these two forms of obsession together, and especially when it comes to men, like, let's be honest with ourselves, like, it is the mix of male ideology and like being able to own a woman and the concept of being around a woman and being able to look at a woman that you see online and being like, I need to pursue her. She will be mine. This dude is genuinely delusional to an extreme point where I was like talking to my sister about this. I was like, I'm fearful for y'all in a specific area. So make sure you're careful with what you post online because these dudes are weird.
And,
that's weird.
If they are active on TikTok daily or a lot, your routine, your background, sometimes like people could really pay attention. There's people that can find out where someone lives or where someone is at based off of like the background of the stuff you post or, so that's why I say like, yeah, it's funny, but at the same time, you got to be careful because you don't want this delusion to grow so much and like go offline,
Yeah.
And if you want a Sudanese woman, don't be like weirdly obsessed and creepy like that, being like, I just want a dark-skinned, chocolate melanated
But everything
woman.
It was based about like what this queen could do for him.
Right.
It was like but she's going to be
they're people with personalities and
we're real
to them
people
than their skin tone. And I think that's very important to point out. Like,
we are real people. Yes, with real lives. Yes.
Also, I think Pseudo made the funniest point. She was like, when he was making this video about
he wasn't even saying pseudo right. He wasn't saying pseudo or whatever he was saying.
He said a weird thing and now everybody's saying it. It's like her name is Pseudo. Like, come on. But the weird thing is like when Pseudo was like, he was giving her personality traits.
Yeah,
and she was like,
not knowing her at all.
Yes,
she was like, what the fuck you mean? I'm caring. I'm overly nice. And she was like.
And that is like textbook fetishization,
right?
Because it's like you're not even getting to know the person for who they are. It's really about like what you think that they're providing based off their skin tone and based off of where they're from.
It's like white dudes' obsession with Asian women, and their fetishization.
And the fact that he has disciples. That reminds me of that guy. What was his name? Brother Nature or whatever. The
holistic dude.
Yeah, it's like it's so crazy how people can get like sucked up into what is it?
Cult.
It's a cult, literal cult.
Yeah.
Like, what do you mean you have disciples?
That's crazy.
I'm gonna be honest with you. That brother he doesn't have that much charisma. The videos that I saw, I was like,
ridiculous.
Oh, and we do want to say shout out to Pseudo. Shout out to the two other girls. I'll be able to get their tags.
Yeah.
And we'll be able to like.
And don't do the most when we put the tags.
Yeah. Don't go weird. But like they did have a live after this to discuss it. And to be able to specifically talk about what their opinions were and how they viewed it. I talked to my sister. She's laughing about it because she knows she got me and my brother Juju. And I pray, did that nigga show up?
Right.
But ironically, he got a little scared off. He said my sister was kicked out and that he had somebody else as his third wife. Funniest shit I heard. Yeah, he was all like, Pseudo was never a third wife. Well, we just had the picture right there.
We saw the evidence.
We got the video right there, brother. Relax. He was offended and he was hurt because my sister made a song. Shout out. Go stream Blue now. She made a song. Don't wait for my love. Because, nigga, you ain't getting it. What you talking about?
People were making me laugh in the comments. They're like, damn, he got good taste. Like, all 3 wives are gorgeous.
What do you expect, brother? Sudanese women are always gorgeous. Like,
right.
I've never met a Sudanese woman that didn't look amazing. Like, relax. Yeah. Come on, dog.
Yeah. So recently, Vida actually suggested this topic, even though she wasn't able to be on this episode. Spider, do we have the clip of the...
Oh, I don't think that we gave it to him.
Okay.
Yeah, but we'll just add it.
Okay, yeah, we'll just add it.
TPS for South Sudan is ending. The clock is now real. This program has been in place since 2011, right after independence. And it's what let eligible South Sudanese live and work in the United States because going back to South Sudan was not safe. But that's changing. Benefits under the South Sudan designation end on January 5th, 2026. And the formal countdown starts when the Federal Register notice drops. And that usually gives roughly 60 days before enforcement kicks in. So what does that actually mean, plainly? If you're on TPS and you are from South Sudan, you either need to find another lawful status or you could be ordered to leave once enforcement starts. You will be deported back to South Sudan. The government's most recent public snapshot showed about 200 people roughly are actively covered as of late March 2025. There are far more South Sudanese living in the United States overall, but not everyone is on TPS. So I'm sticking with what's officially on paper. Now, layer in what's happening on the ground. Suspended First Vice President Riek Machar is on trial in Juba on serious charges tied to the violence earlier this year. And the warnings are getting louder. Peace monitors, diplomats, and civil society voices say putting a key signature in the dock, especially if the process is seen as political, could blow up the 2018 peace deal that ended the last war. So, if this trial goes off the rails, the agreement that made safe return even plausible could unravel fast. South Sudan is not a blank slate. Years of conflict displaced millions, wrecked infrastructure, and left families one bad harvest away from crisis. Sure, some conditions have improved since the worst fighting, and that's why there was room for Washington to reassess, but improved and stable are not the same thing, and the headlines out of Juba right now, courtroom drama, power sharing strains, sporadic violence, stubborn food insecurity, don't exactly scream durable peace. So here's the bottom line for the people affected. The policy window is closing, so watch for that Federal Register notice. That's when the 60-day clock really starts ticking. Talk to an attorney about options, whether there's a family or employment route, an existing petition, asylum, or other humanitarian pathways. Because the difference between acting early and waiting too long can be everything. And understand the timing. This isn't an abstract debate anymore. There's a firm end date, and the legal ground under your feet changes after it. So for everyone else following the story, this is where U.S. paperwork meets real lives. A protection created in the shadow of a war is winding down just as a high-stakes trial threatens the peace that war produced. So policy says the era of TPS is over, and the question, as always, is whether the facts on the ground will cooperate.
But recently, the government is ending the protection, meaning people could lose their right to stay or work, the temporary protective status, which is a special protection that lets people stay and work in the U.S. when their home country isn't safe. Many families right now are facing uncertainty, again, such as like their jobs, school, healthcare, and stability may be at risk. And there's an emotional weight. There's fear, confusion, and frustration that many in the community may be feeling right now. I know Vida said that she personally knew one of her friends who is here studying.
Yeah, I know someone personally that will be affected once their temporary protective status is expired. And so a lot of South Sudanese people that were granted this status and now it's lost are at risk of deportation.
Right. And effective, what is it, like February
2026. And so they have to figure out like what they're going to do, like, you know, how they're going to maintain their status here or where they're going to go to. Oh, yeah. Go ahead. Where they're going to go once this status is expired. So, so it's very important for us to kind of help maybe like share resources and also discuss like what people could do if they know somebody, or if you're someone that is at risk of losing your status here, what options we have, and like what and why this is important to discuss.
Yeah, ways that this could affect the South Sudanese diaspora is that families who built their lives here may face disruption. Young adults who grew up here may have to start over somewhere they've essentially never lived.
Yeah.
And the financial impact this can have on households and businesses. I know that my mom personally works in an organization that deals with immigration and refugees. So I'm interested to see how that will affect her going into Monday as people go back to work and stuff. But yeah, just thoughts and prayers for everyone who is dealing with this recent announcement.
Like I'm sure this causes a lot of stress for people who thought they were good, and now they have to, within a few months, figure out what they're gonna do. And this being like Thanksgiving holiday, it makes me feel like grateful for our parents bringing us here during the earlier Civil War between the North and the South in the 90s, and how like, you know, we were able to get our citizenship and like go through the process. Right now with this administration, like I think it's a little bit more difficult for people to navigate.
Well, there was an announcement, I think it was on Thanksgiving, that they're gonna temporarily pause all immigration.
Like asylum.
Yeah, so Spider just clarified that it was asylum as a reason, like is no longer going to be able to be used as a reason to come into the country.
Like so if you're coming here like fleeing war, or if you're fleeing like a dangerous situation in your home country, you're no longer going to be able to use that as a reason to seek asylum. This is reverse migration.
Yeah, so that went into effect on actual Thanksgiving. So I know over the next few days and next few weeks, a lot of commentators are going to be discussing what are the ramifications this announcement is going to have on people such as South Sudanese people who are here under TPS. Yeah. How you said you know someone who how are they feeling right now?
Anxious. You know, like time is ticking. And it's like, what other options do you have at this point? I mean, what are the options that they have at this point?
I think because there was the National Guard, that shooting that happened in DC, I feel like right after that he just immediately announced that like on Thanksgiving Day. I think that like ramped it up. So yeah, it's gonna be interesting, like I said, to see what's gonna happen in the next few days, actually, let alone few weeks.
I mean, this is why we have to have a general conversation about who Trump is and why he's doing all these things, and specifically saying, is he doing it for the betterment of the nation, or is he doing it just to expel specific minorities? Like, it's truthfully, it's wild to me, because it's like you're getting rid of South Sudanese and Sudanese citizens, and specifically
the Haitians too. I think he just said that effective immediately, all of them, I think there's like 350,000 of them are no longer going to be.
So you're telling me
aren't Haitians part of the U.S.? Aren't they a U.S.
Well,
territory?
I think they were I forgot, what was it? There was like a natural disaster that happened, right? And then that's how
they were
able to come over here. So they had like the protected legal status under that, and then now
it's like revoked.
Yeah.
So you're telling me a group of people who fled conflict and who fled disasters,
and the Somalians and the Afghanistan.
Oh yeah, now he's talking about Somalians for no reason.
So
and there's been a rise in Islamophobia content online I've seen over the last few days, which is
he literally brought up Somalians for no reason in regards to this latest tragedy where the guards were were shot at. And he brought up Somalians, and they were like, what does Somalians have to do with this? And he was like, well, nothing in regards to this, but they're taking over Minnesota, and that's a problem.
Well, they said something
and
about,
like,
well, I don't want to speak on it until I read on it.
So you're telling me
something about Minneapolis,
that people are coming to this country and creating lives for themselves and creating ecosystems in these different cities, which is the whole point of the United States, is a melting pot, right? You're trying to take away pieces of this recipe for this nation. And you're saying that Somalia, the city that was bombed to hell by Obama, your specific political rival, the country and the area that was bombed to hell by Obama. I'm going to say it like it is, because Obama's a war criminal just as much as Trump is a war criminal. I don't play that shit. Like, be real. You're saying that those people specifically, Obama, he was used to kill East Africans because he was part East African. I'm going to die on that hill. War criminal, Obama. Just because you black don't mean you for black people. Criminal. Down and like I said what I said. I'm not going to deny that. But you're going to use those people who are bombed like that and you're going to send them back to an area where they're not going to know it. They're not going to understand it the way that they were, right?
He doesn't care.
You're leaving them there and you're saying, what was the whole point of the United States? You're an immigrant yourself. Your grandfather was an immigrant.
Your wife is an immigrant.
Your wife is an immigrant. You wouldn't be in this country if it wasn't for Ellis Island. Like, do you understand how sick that is? It will always break my heart, but it will never cease to amaze me how when a person immigrates here and they finally get their citizenship, they want to close the door and be like, there's too much. We don't need no more of what makes this country great. We don't need no more of these people who are willing to do the labor that it is. But here's the thing. This is all visual. It's not real. This is for his agenda and political ideology. I mean, let's be honest with you. He just wants to line his pockets. He is who he is, and he's proven who he is throughout his whole presidency. Donald Trump. And his ideology. I said what I said.
Well, there you have it.
Well, I would love to get a few South Sudanese people who are affected to maybe call in or, you know, just give us a firsthand account of what it is that they're facing right now and like what these next few months are going to look like for them and kind of educate us a bit more so that we can help
advocate
as a community, like be allies, how to support friends, relatives, and neighbors facing uncertainty.
Does anybody know anybody that's going to be affected? Leave it in the comments.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have any share resources? Share any personal stories? This is very new for me because of like, you know, how we were able to immigrate here. And I was talking about that earlier and just being...
Well, things have changed so much.
Things have changed a lot.
When we came over.
Yeah.
The country that I knew when I first came to this place, it's not the same country that we have now.
At all.
Which is why I'm so passionate the way that I do it. Because I remember when I first came to the United States and we got here with immigration, right? I remember the way that people used to speak to us and the way that a lot of the people that supported Trump used to love on me and used to talk to me. And they used to be like, I can't wait to see what you become. I can't wait to see what you do. And now they've switched the tone. They've become completely different people.
Really?
When today, I still communicate with these people. I love these people. They love me. But I asked them these questions and they're like, yeah, that's unfortunate. This isn't supposed to be good because we know what you Sudanese people are about. We know what the same church that I went through, the same area that I was in. And I still tell them, and they're like, was it still worth voting for Trump? And they're like, yeah, he's getting rid of the bad. I'm like, but what is he doing to the people that you loved? I've been with these people for decades. And they're looking at me and they're like, I still want you here. And we can try to figure out how we can get this done, but it's still better this way. And I'm like, but what about the corporations that are stealing from me?
Yeah.
And for people who cannot do anything else, Trump was their messiah. And it breaks my heart that he didn't accomplish what he said he was going to do for them. He only gave them moral victories, I guess. I don't know. It breaks my heart.
Yeah. Love that, Manuel. So what can people do now? Just to provide clear next step, but I do want to give people clear next steps. So we're not just talking about an issue. And like I said, we do want to have more people first-hand accounts. We just want to bring attention to this issue just in case people aren't informed. But clear next steps could be check trusted legal sources for updates. Contact immigration lawyers early. Don't wait
until you're about to be.
Don't wait until the last minute because February is right around the corner. Know your rights during enforcement interactions. Join community groups or town halls to stay informed. And a mental health reminder, it's okay to feel overwhelmed.
This is overwhelming.
Yeah, this is the time to reach out to the larger community.
Yeah. And there have been organizations or individuals that have reached out to us before when there was a status situation happening. And so we will definitely share those resources if they're still, working in force. So we'll definitely share resources that we do have in the comment section when this episode is released. So that way, if you are struggling, you know somebody, you have like a sense of community so that you're not dealing with this by yourself. So we will definitely link those in our bio.
Right.
So we got you guys.
And any information I get from my mom, because like I said, she's been working in this field for over 25 years now. So
yes,
whenever the government cuts funding or certain programs or whatever, they're the first to know because they're the people who are receiving the refugees and the people who are coming, the immigrants and stuff, and helping them get situated and stuff. So they will know firsthand like what are the immediate ramifications and what to be aware of. So as we get more information, we'll definitely share with you guys. But our thoughts and prayers, like I said, are with you guys, and we're going to try to do as much as we can to kind of help people during this trying, confusing time. Absolutely. And please be a part of our Discord. We have a Discord service that we are a part of, and we'll link that in this bio as well. That's a place where we can share information as well, share not just episode topics or about like the platform, the podcast itself, but also resources when we are in times of need like this. So please if we have any lawyers in the community, I know now like there's South Sudanese people in all fields. If we have any lawyers out there who have any information or want to do some pro bono work, or
I know a couple
provide
lawyers.
That would be great.
Yes. Also, we're going to share some of our immigration lawyers that from our studio. Spider, our producer, said that there's a lot of immigration lawyers that work in our studio. So we'll definitely try to like share those resources as well and do the best that we can as a community. Like we all should stick together. That's the only way we can make it. So thank you guys so much for tuning into this episode. We hope that you enjoyed this conversation. Let us know what you think about the Pon Pon kingdom. Yeah. And the fetishization of South Sudanese women. Yeah, this is new. I mean, it's not new. Stay safe out there. Yeah, it's dangerous. And then also about the temporary protective status and what we could do. Share resources below.
Sorry I got so emotional.
No, it's okay.
Normally I'm supposed to be a comedian.
No, you should be emotional. This is serious stuff that's happening. But thank you so much for tuning into this episode. Yes. We'll catch you guys next time. And
like, comment, share, subscribe.
Also, we're going to be on live. So remember, we're going to be with the Pon Pon girls.
Oh, yeah. We're going live on Tuesday. Maybe.
Well, today that we just dropped this.
Yeah. Bye. All right. Bye, everybody.